Good afternoon and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home of Spurs from past to present, and welcome to Newsbeat, where we give you all the latest news on Spurs, what is happening, what might be happening, what should be happening, what's not happening, and really who gives a shit what is happening. Joining me on this.
Swear words in the first 10 seconds, Dermot. You've got to wait a little before we start swearing.
I don't beep in the care.
Listen, right. we're dual doing this, so please be respectful because it's partly my channel as well.
I don't know. I'm only back from my second show and I'm already getting a rollicking. Anyway, joining me is my usual co-host, Mia. Mia, how are you? How are you this evening?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, where do we go, Mia? We're in the right mess. But anyway, look, let's welcome some people in. Big up Ellie. We've got Ellie in the house. Big up Ellie. She says, I'll be on promo till I can talk without coughing, Dermatron. Good you're back. Yeah, it's nice to be back. Big up Eugene. Hi everyone, big up. He says Levy out. We have Wayne Bonner. Big up Wayne Bonner. He says good afternoon. All hope everyone is well, recovering from whatever that was on Monday. I didn't watch it, so I think I was. I think by the sounds of it, I was blessed. I missed it. But I hope you're well, Wayne. We've got Tequila 316. Big up Tequila. Have we got a manager yet? Let me think. No. Let's hijack Fat right. Let's hijack Fat Frank to Chelsea just for a laugh. I like that. Jazz Fusion, big up Jazz Fusion. Thanks for coming in. Couple of more months to do it. Yeah, I agree with you. Tequila, of course, is saying hello on Mia's channel. Spurs Between the Lines. Somebody called Mia. Big up Mia. Thank you for joining us. She's saying hello. I don't know who she is. She's new in the chat.
She sounds fantastic, though. Sounds like a great lady.
She does, yeah. She is, yeah. We've got Tom Tacker. Big up everyone. Big up Tom. We've got Neil Shafton. Tottenham until reconstruction. Tottenham until, yeah, I totally agree with you. We've got Joe's Garcia. Get everyone who's staying out of the club. I want proper football back in my veins. Exactly. That there is proper. That is proper. What's what we need. What number of reconstruction is this? Can't keep up. I think this is 1,234 of the reconstruction of. We've come back from the dead more times than Lazarus did.
More times than the Undertaker.
Yeah. I swear to God, they must be using the Lazarus pit out of Batman. We've got False Dawn number 20 from Tequila. We've got Wayne saying hello. Howdy, Tequila and Mia. Hope you're both well. And then this is on Mia's channel. They're all deceived top to be in the other chat, Mia. Oh no, here's Wayne. Oh, poor old Wayne.
Wayne's got no choice. He's now become moderator as well on my channel. So
yeah, I need to make them moderators on our channel. Tequila, YouTube's going to flag years for swearing.
See.
Oh, Mia. Okay, Mia, I'll buy you a box of chocolates to say sorry.
How many boxes of chocolates are you going to buy me? You owe me about 20 by now.
Oh, never mind. Easter's good. The Easter bunny be bouncing outside your house. Right. More to the point, who knows what's happening exactly. You got near how teeth in. How are you? I know one thing, we're better than Spurs right now. Exactly. Yeah, okay, we'll leave that from Ellie. You don't get rid of he's talking to Tequila. We've got Christopher Inshaw. Big up, Christopher. When are you going to do a retro match watch along? I need cheering up. It is getting a little depressing. Right. Next Wednesday, we're doing the 1971 or 73 League Cup final. Bill Nick's last domestic cup win as manager. So that's what we're doing next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. I think it was against Norwich City or Aston Villa. I can't remember. But we're doing that next Wednesday, Christopher. So, and that will be a joint stream as well on Mia's channel as well. So all future streams, there will be joint between us and Spurs Between the Lines. We're sort of joining alliances. We're sort of trying to help each other out. Oh, more honestly, we're trying to give Mia a bigger leg up as well. So that's why. So every show you will see will be done as a joint venture between the two channels. Wayne's talking. FTM column, big up column. Hope you're well, sir. Afternoon all. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, we are fine. So that's everyone in the chat, Mia. Everton. Where would you like to start?
I don't really know really where I want to start. To be honest with you, like it was just a disaster, wasn't it? Let's be honest. The first half, I felt like it wasn't actually that awful. It wasn't like dreadful. It was a bit back and forth. It was, a bit kind of fast paced actually, but we couldn't really get hold of the ball. It wasn't like it was controlled. It was just a bit manic. And in that second half, once we got a man sent off and got the pen, we just seemed to invite the pressure on. And then we brought Lucas Moore on, and 4 minutes later, he was sent off as well. Oh my gosh, it was just, ridiculous. Honestly, ridiculous.
Well, I've got a little bit of news that was given to me. It looks like Potter is getting closer to a deal again. Nothing is 100% confirmed as of yet, but the current front runner, Daniel, has put Rodgers on the back burner for now, and there is one other manager that has been spoken to, but no details of that conversation, including who it is or are available at the moment. Now, for me, that could be Poch myself. Mia, I didn't watch the match for obvious reasons. How bad were we in that second half, and where do you think it stemmed from? I did read that Mason was shouting at Stellini. Do you think they had two different philosophies how to play that game in that second half, with Everton being down to 10 men?
Possibly. That could be possible. It did look like they're having a bit of a disagreement, but the problem is that I think that paternity leave is going to kick in soon anyway for Mason, so he won't be around, which is going to be really tricky. So I don't know. Like honestly, it's just a big mess, and I did think that it wouldn't change. To be fair, I did say I didn't think that the style. I didn't think that it would change that much. I did say that he would keep the same formation. I don't understand why he brought Amora and not Danjuma. I don't know why he brought Sanchez on at all. I kind of get it with Longley maybe being on the yellow. Maybe he was a bit concerned, but still. Bringing on Sanchez was just like, oh mate, why? Just what are you doing? I would have. We had a couple of youngsters as well on the bench, so I think because we've got so many injuries at the moment, it's just a bit of a amalgamation of so many issues, really. And that game was just the pinnacle of it, if I'm honest.
Tequila, I agree with you. It's time to break out the Xbox and play Xbox old style, I think. Forget about Spurs. Just get out the Xbox and start, or as I do, get a little fat Italian man and start bouncing them around Mario World. So you can eat some mushrooms. I do. I have to. It's a great way to relax, to be fair. We've got David Clark. Big up, David. He says, hi from Leicester. Great to see you in, David. And then we've got... now, Neil Shafton said, well, they have no reason now not to be. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
When you are 88 possession and then you score and you give them 88 possession after scoring, that is bad by players. And Conte was right. Look, Conte isn't right what he said. I don't care now. I've got to the point now. I don't care where he said it, how he said it. He was right in what he said. And it was probably, I don't know if you agree with me, Mia, that proved what he was saying was right on Monday.
I understand we all knew what he was saying was correct. I don't think there's any Spurs fans I've heard say that he was incorrect. But the way he went and done it and threw them under the bus and didn't really say much about himself in the fact that he's got some part to play in it as well was an issue for a lot of people. And I also understand that as well, to be honest with you.
I like this one. Now, make up a new game. Replace the Ducks in Ducks Hunt, or place the Ducks in Duck Hunt and change the Ducks to Spurs players. God, that is going back. God, I remember playing that as a kid. Duck Hunt, that was a great game. Do you know what we should do one stream, Mia? Is just try to get the old Nintendo and just do a Mario stream.
Oh, I love honestly, I love a bit of Mario.
Oh dear. And then David Clark says, I've been watching Coville Town, the top of the league, and playing really good football. See, I think this is the other thing, Mia. Fans have been driven to their local sides or their wherever. Do you know what I mean? To get their fix. And the first question here, Mia, I'm going to ask. I just get this comment here from Tequila. Doc Hunt was cool. Yeah, it was really cool. I loved it. You guys should play some Mario Kart. Now that is a stream. That
do you know
would
what?
be a great stream.
I'm absolutely rubbish at Mario Kart. I end up going backwards because I end up crashing into stuff, and then I'm not very good with my sense of direction, and I end up going back the other way. Me and my brother used to play it all the time, and I always would lose on Mario Kart.
We should do that. We should maybe in the summer we'll do a Mario Kart. Sorry, I don't think my camera is working very well. There we go. There, that's better. We should do a Mario Kart stream for the laugh. We really should. It'd be good fun. Wayne Bonner, David Clark, is their manager available? Jazz Fusion, Conte was always leaving come summer. His personal issue and managed carefully to pull the plug out. Yeah, I agree with that. We've got Levy, Levy 60. Why don't he retire already? He's got a great pension pot and can afford a season ticket for next season. Maybe he can buy us. Well, as we all know, as you told me earlier today, Mia, you're working for Daniel Levy. So, any update when I'm getting my season ticket?
Sorry, I can't comment. The fact is he's not paying me, so that's a real big issue. But yeah, I was this morning, if anyone's in my stream this morning will know, I was accused of working for the club. I'd like to say officially here again, I do not work for him. If I did work for him, I would need to have some serious words because I would want paying for it, if I'm honest.
Well, there you go. Me and Mia are officially working for Daniel Levy. Just put it out there. We all are. Right. Sorry, Mia. Daniel, big up Daniela. I'm confident of Orient winning the league now. Up the O's, up to League One. Big up. Come on, Orient. I read that one. Change Mario to Levy Demolition Derby. I love that. Oh, big up, Neil. David Clark, if Brendan Rodgers comes to Spurs, my 62 years of supporting Tottenham is done. Wow. That's a statement and a half.
Wow.
That is a statement and a half. Tony Young, big up Tony. The boys should be given a chance. I just can't stop watching us thinking. Right, sorry. The boys should be given a chance. I just can't stop watching us think too much of us. Seem really bad side, but played for the shirt. What's that about? Oh, okay, yeah. All
okay.
Right. Big up, Tony. I know you had a thing for leaving me. I remember the PVC talk with Levy a few months ago.
I do not have a thing for the Baldies. Sorry, no.
She does. She's got pictures of Daniel Levy on her wall.
If you look at the men that I like Roman Reigns and Romero. I like real big men that are proper men. I don't like some bald.
You don't know.
No, it's not really
you don't
for
know
me.
Daniel Levy.
Although actually that Jason Strevem, he's not bad for a baldy. He's not a bad guy to look at, but he's quite a bit younger than Levy. But yeah, no, he's nice.
Right. Okay, Mia, let's get into this show. And the first bit of news we've got is this is the team that played on Monday. Luis, Romero, Dyer, Longley, Perro, Skip, Højbjerg, Perisic, Kulu, Son, and Kane. Look, I didn't watch the game, so I cannot give my out of 10s, but if I did, I'll probably give them all -5. For Harry Kane for diving. And how he went down. I did see that. He went down quicker than a sack of potatoes fell out of a bag. So I'll give him +7 for a good dive. What would you give the team out of 10, Mia? Go through your ratings there.
I didn't do ratings this morning because I just felt like I wasn't going to waste my time on these bunch of absolute morons to try and rate them. The only ones I think did all right was probably Kane and Romero. I think, and Porro was good. I like Porro. He's got a really good foot on him, that guy, and he's got real potential, in my opinion. Everyone else would get like a 2, and the other ones I mentioned probably get a 5. That's how I felt about the whole game, and that was, that's me being quite generous.
No, fair enough. Mia, we're 1-0 up and Everton down to 10 men, right? We should kick on. Do you think the players have given up, like not really now, not playing for Stellini and Mason? They're just unmanageable. And what needs to change to get them going? What needs to change, in your opinion?
I think that we've got to understand that they've have been playing a certain way for quite a while now under Conte, and you can't change that overnight necessarily, because it's going to take a lot more of doing the drills to sort of change it. So I kind of think that that's going to get done when we get a new manager. But for now, they probably kept Stellini for that stability and that carrying on the consistency. So I think that maybe that's something is more of a realistic that we're going to do. And we have got a lot of injuries at the moment. The list of injuries is nearly as long as the actual team. I think the list of injuries is like half a team's worth we've got injured at the moment, or maybe more. So I think that what we've got to understand is that it's unlikely we're going to get a manager. I think we've got to be realistic. We're not going to get a manager, I don't think, till the end of the season. I think the club are doing their checks and stuff to see who who they want to come in. But what I would say is, Dermot, is that when we found out about all the ones that rejected us, everybody was going mad, going, oh my God, this person rejected us, this person. So now they're doing it a bit undercover. People are saying, oh, we're not doing anything. Well, we probably are, but we're not just letting it out into the press because we don't want to look bad again. So I kind of see why they're probably doing it on the down low, because of after that mess before, and it keep getting leaked about who rejected us. So maybe they're doing it on the down low a little bit, but I do believe that they are working on it. They're not doing anything.
Look, I just want to welcome in Bobby Spurs, first-time listener. Big up, sir. Thank you so much for coming in. Please like and subscribe, and also please pick up your memberships on the way out. They're only $2.99 and $4.99. It does help the channel grow, and if you want to really be kind, you can also send in a super chat. It does get you to the top of the queue. It does get you to the top of any discussion we're having, me and Mia, or me and Philip, or me and Philip and Mia, or Ellie when she comes back. So please, everything does help the channel and it helps us grow. So big up Bobby Spurs. Great to see you in.
Also, subscribe to Spurs Between the Lines.
I was going to say that, Mia. I was going to say that. Mia,
of course she was. Of course she was.
All right, fine. Has Tottenham lost its soul, Mia? Look, for me, I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to be honest here. For me, I think Tottenham is not Tottenham. We haven't got a soul. We're not a football club anymore. We've lost our identity of being a football club a long, long time ago. We don't operate as a football club. We operate as an entertainment sports venue. Now, you can be critical all you want on Levy, but on the sustainable side and for the training ground and for the stadium, they've done a brilliant job. But on the football side, we've gone back 30, 40 years. We haven't had this bad of a side, I think, since the middle 70s, or probably the 90s. Even the 90s sides, the players went out and played their best. They gave their all. This is the first group of players that actually technically don't care about the shirt or the badge. and something's got to give. You can't keep hiring manager after manager. Surely now people should wake up and realise it's the players. It wasn't Poch. We didn't back Poch. It wasn't Mourinho. They moaned at Mourinho. Oh, the training's too hard. The training's this. The training's that. You bring in Conte. Oh, the training's too hard. The training's this. The training's that. People have to realise it's the players. And Mia, do you think that the players have to forget the manager, forget about the manager, forget about all the managers we've had in the last 4 years, forget about Levy and Enoch. This is just directly about the players. Do the players have to look themselves in the mirror and say, did I give my all? And be honest with you, the answer to that is no. What should happen in the summer, Mia? Should there be a complete cull of the squad? If they can't sell them, should contracts be cancelled? And also, should the new manager that's coming in should have a list of demands? If this is not done, I am not coming. Do you think Levy has to be put into a corner and basically put on the spot, this is what's going to happen? Show up and like it or not, it's going to happen. Do you think a big call has to happen in the summer? Whatever.
Yeah, no, of course. These players, some of these players, absolutely, they can. I don't know how they look themselves in the eye when they do look in the mirror and say, "I'm a footballer," because they really do not behave how they're supposed to behave. Absolutely not. They honestly, some of them are disgraceful when they put on our shirt, and they should be motivated enough to go onto that pitch and do better. Of course, they should, 100%. And we have to get, because when Poch first come in, he had that opportunity and did get rid of a lot of players, and he didn't do great in his first season, but we did get rid of a lot of players, and that's what we need to do. We have to get rid of these players. We have to sort this out. We have to get it sorted. We need to have a plan, and we need to stick to the plan. So they need to now, at this particular point.
What plan?
But that's what I'm saying. They need to have a plan. That's my whole point, Dermot.
I know we haven't had a plan for 20-something years.
I don't believe that's true, because the plan was to get the stadium and to obviously elevate us, which has happened. And I do believe Poch got us to that elevation point sooner than we maybe predicted to get into the top 4. But I do think that the plan was to do that. So I do think there was a bit of a plan in a way, but now we need to adjust the plan and sort it so we are in a bit more of a less of a disarray. So it's a bit more of, sorted.
For me, I don't think Tottenham never had a plan. I think after they sacked Poch, it all went out the window. Levy
you just said 20, but you just said we haven't had a plan for 20 years. That's not 20 years ago.
Mia, instead of trying to pick up on what I'm trying to say, just if you can let me finish. What I was trying to say was, we haven't had a plan for 20 years of building something that we can all get behind. When we had Poch, we had something we could all get behind. We could all get behind what he was trying to do. And for whatever reason, they didn't back him where they should have backed him. But if you look back when they took over, they sacked George Graham, who actually won us a trophy, to be fair, though he was an Arsenal man. They brought in Glenn Hoddle to appease the fans. We sacked more managers in the 2000s, I think, than any other club in that period in the last 20 years. I think, 12 or 13 managers. The only longest managers we've had is Poch. I think Poch was there, for 4 years?
Yeah. Are you froze?
No, I'm still here.
Yeah, sorry.
4 years. So they've never really given managers a chance. Mourinho got us to a cup final. Sacked him 6 days before a cup final. Yeah, Redknapp was the other one that was there a while. But the point I'm making is, we had a chance under Pochettino to build something beautiful, to build something successful. And when the time came to the crunch, they didn't do it. Now, I didn't ask for the new stadium. I understand we need a new stadium to bring us to the next level or get more fans in. I get that. I would rather White Hart Lane and a brilliant team and winning trophies than
But you can't guarantee that. Everybody says that, but that wasn't a guarantee. If we would have stayed in that stadium, there was no guarantee that we would have got that trophy. So it makes such little sense when people say that, because that's not, you can't prove that would have happened. You can't say that was going to be a sure thing if we would have stayed at our stadium. So no, I never understand that point. It's not it's like if my nan had wheels, she would have been a bike.
Well, it's my opinion anyway, and I think everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Oh, yeah, no, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I'm just saying to me, it's a moot point, because, like I just said, if my nan would have had wheels, she would have been a bike. We can't say that would have been a guaranteed for us to get a trophy.
Look, I'm just so disconnected with this club, Mia. I've never been disconnected before with my club. I've never been so disillusioned with Tottenham. There was always, even in the 90s, there was always a glimmer of hope that, something might happen. And I just feel this season we started with so much promise, with so much enthusiasm. We were all enthusiastic that we could win something. I said we could do a double. I think somebody said we could do the treble. We could win the league. But we're all saying, right, we can win an FA Cup or a League Cup this year. And it's the manner how we've gone out of these cup competitions, Mia, and it's the manner how we've just, I don't know. I'm just so disconnected.
The thing is that when it comes to those competitions, it was partly to do with the players who didn't play well enough on the pitch, but it was also to do with the way that it was done as well. Like the tactics in it sometimes were a bit off. We could have changed things. Even when Harry Kane come on, he still didn't do good enough. There was just that none of the players seemed to turn up for those matches for some reason. And I do think it's partly to do with those players, and it is partly to do with a little bit of the managerial situation. And to me, that's obviously a problem with the players, absolutely, and it's partly to do with the manager as well, absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not the players. Of course it is. Absolutely, it's the players.
Mia, look, there's another thing that I've been... Look, I can understand, right? You're paid somebody £100,000 a week, right? Your job is to go out and play football. Football isn't a hard job to do. You're kicking a ball around a pitch for 90 minutes.
Well, right? I mean, it's not hard, but you have to be good at it. Obviously, that's a difficult thing to be good at it. Otherwise, we'd all just be footballers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the point I'm trying to make is, it's not like working on the building sites or what I used to do, work on construction or working down the mines back in the 80s or stuff like that, where it was hard work. It was hard graft. Do you think money has also played into this players' mentality that, look, it doesn't matter what happens or how bad I play, how good I play, it would be the manager that gets the boot, and I'd still be able to collect my 200 grand a week? Do you think the money coming into the game has ruined it in a way, and we're seeing now more player power than we've ever done before? I mean, we know Davis went to the owner to get rid of Nuno. We know.
Do we know that's a fact? Because I've never seen that factually proved anywhere. I've not seen it reported anywhere that's been substantial. Even so, obviously, I'm not trying to say, but we've never seen that proven anywhere.
All right, yeah. What was I trying to say?
About the player power, sorry.
Yeah. Do you feel there's too much player power in the game now? And if you look at players, if they don't like a manager, they go straight to the owners. And these players don't care. And that's the problem. They care about the money they're getting, but they just don't care about us, the fans. And it's us, the fans, who are the football club.
Yeah, like obviously someone says it here, Dave Hamilton said that look at Dele Alli, it was too much money, too young, 100%. We're giving these players too much money. Money has ruined football, but it's ruined football for everybody in every team. It isn't just Tottenham that this happens at. It's many teams that this happens with the player power and with too much money too young. It happens in all of the different teams. It's, it has become a major issue because money is such a big thing now in football.
I mean, Neil Shafton says here, Dermatron, it's not you that is detached, it's Enoch and Levy and Lewis that take you for granted. They owe you, not the other way around. I think it's time you had to start to gain our trust and support. Look, I've never been big on Levy. I was last year, but I decided this year, right, I'm going to sit on the fence and play, sort of see how things go. Everybody needs to take responsibility for this season. And for me, I've checked out already. I'm already looking to next season. And I'm looking to where we can build for next season. Who we need in, who we need out, who we need to get. And we need a manager to come in now. I would love Nagelsmann to come in, Mia. I think you would as well. Look, we're not too... We're pretty peed off if Potter or Rodgers come in, to be fair. But Mia, who in their right mind is going to take the job at Spurs? Who? I've read reports, right? Zidane, these are reports, right? Zinedine Zidane. They're looking at, right? Like hell, he's going to join us. Do we need a manager, Mia, that has no connection to Tottenham, no connection to the Premier League, come in with fresh ideas and a fresh way of looking at stuff? And if we can't get him, do we just go all out and bring Poch back? Though we've both agreed, Mia, you and me, that Poch coming back wouldn't be a good idea. But do you think to at least heal the wounds of this civil war that is happening at the moment between the fans and everywhere, do you feel we need Poch to come in to heal everything and just bring us back to some sort of middle ground again?
No, because that will be appeasing the fans again, and that won't be a plan. To me, that's not a plan. So I really honestly think that we need to get somebody in who is young, maybe a bit younger anyway, maybe a bit more fresh ideas. I don't think, for me, that it would be a good idea to bring Poch back. And plus, he might not want to come back to start with. So that's another thing. That's the other issue. So no, I think for me, I think we need to just get one that I think everybody's more on board with. I think a manager that people could get on board with is something that I think we need to do more so than anything. And thank you to everybody who's congratulating me on my 300 subs. I really do appreciate everybody. Thank you so much, because I've seen a couple of people say it. So thank you.
David Clark says Daniel Levy is the most incompetent chairman in Spurs history. For on-the-pitch success, he is an accountant who thinks he can play football manager. He is the disaster at it. I mean, Mia made the point for me before we came on about Tom Bowley as well. I mean, there's a striking balance, isn't there, Mia? You've got to find the right balance to buy the right players, but not overbuy the players, if you know what I mean. And look, I just don't know where we're going to go, Mia. I mean, we're heading... If Harry Kane... Somebody said to me, I read somewhere, if Harry Kane wasn't in the team, we'd be a relegation team. And I agree with that. If you take Romero out, Kane out, Højbjerg out, who else? Harry Kane, possibly Sonny. So you take them 5 players out there and you put other players in to replace them. We haven't got a good... The problem is our squad's not good enough, is it?
I think we've got good players, and we've got some good players. Like obviously, we've got Destiny coming back. Once we have got Dan, if we obviously I don't know what we're going to do with Dan Juma, but we've got Brian Hill coming back.
Is he still with us, by the way?
Who? Dan Juma?
Dan, I think there's been a wanted poster. Have you seen this man?
Yeah, I think so as well. I think also once Basuma's not injured anymore, I think he's going to be a really good player. So actually, I think we have got good players. I just think we need to get rid of the deadwood and get a decent goalkeeper, some centre backs, and yeah, if Kane goes, then obviously. We have to get another player, and we might play differently without Kane. So yeah, that's obviously something that we have to consider. But I don't think it's that awful. I think we underestimate some of these players that we actually have got and that are injured. Don't forget Bentancur's going to come back because he won't be injured.
But the point I'm making, Mia, you look at a Dyer, you look at a Sanchez, you look at.
But I just said that. I just said they need to go.
So, yeah, but the point is, Mia, who's going to buy them? Nobody buys them. I mean, Sanchez was offered. He was offered to go to a club last, I think, January, and he said, "No, I'll stay here." They're too much in the comfort zone, Mia. That is the problem.
Yeah,
So, do you go down the line then, Mia? If you start cancelling contracts, then?
Yes, absolutely.
Do we have to go down that road then and say, right, if you're not going to move, we're going to, like we did with Doherty, we're going to cancel your contract, and there you go. Thank you very much. Out the door. We'll get somebody who wants to play for us, who wants to put the. You look at Romero. You can criticize him all you want, right, for being over the top or being, over eager. I wouldn't call him over aggressive. I call him over eager. He's always trying to do his best, and I love Romero. I think he's a breath of fresh air. You need more players like him here that will put their bodies on the line. I was privileged, and so were you, to watch players like Gary Mabbott, Chrissy Waddle, Glenn Hoddle, Steve Perriman, Graham Roberts, Garth Crooks, Steve Archibald, Gary Lineker, Paul Gascoigne. You could go on and on and on. Do you? I want to ask you a question, Mia.
You've asked me a question and I haven't answered yet.
All right, go ahead then, Mia. Sorry.
Yeah, we can. I think we do need to rip up contracts. Absolutely, ripping up contracts should be how we do it. If they don't want to go, then we need to literally rip them up and get them gone, because those are the players that I think are holding the team back. I think they're just the ones that are, the losers, the ones that don't want to pull up their socks and actually take responsibility. So 100% we need to rip up their contracts. Definitely do it. And if it means it costs us a bit of money out of the budget, then so be it. I feel so be it.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just my back's killing me. Sorry. Who we got here now? I'm so out of touch with doing this, Mia. I feel like this is my first ever stream. I am so nervous. Corey Boy, big up Corey Boy. He says we need to sell a lot of them apart from Kane, Son, Kulu, Bentancur. No, I put Højbjerg and Romero in there as well. They don't need to be sold either. And who else? There's one other player I put in that bracket.
I wouldn't sell Basuma. I wouldn't sell Destiny Doji. I think we've got some really good players.
I think he's talking about the starting 11, Mia, not the players that are coming in, but the likes of Dyer, Sanchez, Hugo. Porro. I think Hugo's leaving in the season, isn't he?
Yeah, and we need to keep Porro as well.
Do you know what? I'm a bit out on him. When he came on against AC Milan, Mia, I thought he played well. To be fair, how did he play on Monday?
I think he played well. I think he does some really good passes. I think his passing accuracy and his passes are very good. I think he's very, he does them on the money. He is good. I really like him. I think he's got really good potential. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me.
I do. I'm very impressed with him. I think him on one side and Destiny on the other. You have Romero. You have get Longley, who I think Longley hasn't been bad. I think the problem with Longley is you've got a decent defender in Romero, you've got a decent defender in Longley, but you've got an idiot in the middle, right? And if you had a decent back three plus Pero and Poro and Destiny on the flanks, you will have a decent back five. Now, goalkeeper Mia, who would you like to see us go for in the summer for goalkeepers?
Do you know what? I'm keep going back and forth about who I want. I don't know. I really am undecided on who I would want because there is quite a few options. There is quite a few options out there. So yeah, I don't know. I did say Raya, but I don't know now about Raya because I heard a stat about him the other day that wasn't very good. Him. So yeah, it's really hard. I think obviously everyone wants the one from Villa, the ex Arsenal one, but I think he's more ego than anything. I don't think he's as good as people think. I think he's a lot of ego.
Martinez,
yeah. I think he's a bit egotistical.
I go for Southampton. I go for Bazunu for me. Goalkeeper for Ireland. He is, for a young lad, he is so good on the ball, Mia, with his feet. He's a good goalkeeper as well to boot. He for me that would be look. See if you agree with me with this, Mia. So we've got say Bazunu in goal. We've got Destiny Romero. Who would you have as a centre back?
Oh God. It's got to be somebody realistic, hasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Maguire?
No, I wouldn't go for Maguire. Who did someone mention the other day that I thought, oh yeah, someone like what Brighton has, because Brighton I think do really well with their scouting. We need to just grab some of the Brighton players. If Brighton obviously do have a bit of not do as good as us, and we get into the Champions League this season, I would grab some of the Brighton players, man. They've got some good players. Dunk.
Well,
yeah.
we've got a few here. We've got Joe says get Bastoni in.
Bastoni, I don't think that's realistic. That's what I'm saying about realism.
I think if Bastoni come, I think we would all fall over and just pass out in amazement. Anderson from Crystal Palace, there's a good player.
Yeah.
We've got Dunk as well. He's Leicester, isn't he?
Leicester, right?
Yeah. We've got the Napoli centre back. Oh, he's cool. He is. I watched him the other night. Oh, what a while ago. He's unreal. I tell you, a good player I'd love us to get, and I think it's that Japanese player that plays for Brighton.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean. I can't think of his name, but I know who you mean.
Is it? I think is this the one? Maybe let us know, Neil, if that's who you're talking about. But I'd love it, and also the Japanese player for Celtic. He'd be unreal. He's brilliant.
Yeah, I think there's definitely options out there. Oh, so Dunk's Brighton. I was wondering that.
Corey says I would rather have a Shaky Stevens at centre back than. See, look, if you could get the Harry Maguire from Leicester, I would bite your hand off for that Harry Maguire. Somebody said to me, Mia, you watch England more than I do, so you'd be better off, saying to this. How has he been playing for England? Has he been good, bad, or sort of in the middle?
He actually is bad when he plays for England. Saying that, he hasn't been playing. I don't think he's not played because I didn't really watch many of the games in the break because I get a bit fed up with it. But I don't think he was played, if I remember rightly. But no, he has played well for England. I think I do think he's been good, to be honest. But I'm still not sure about him.
No, I know what you mean. I want to big up Paddy Harnett. Big up Paddy. Hope you're doing well. So it's great to see you in the Champions League. Scottish League, it's a poor league. Yeah, it is. It is very poor. Like League One Ing, yeah, it is. I agree with you. Corey Boy, is it because he has Stones to rely on? See, there's another good defender, John Stones of Man City.
Yeah, I like Stones. He's very good.
Yeah, I have. Look, Maguire would be a better player away from Man United. See, I agree with that. I just think I just can't believe we had a chance to get Ten Hag and look what he's doing at United. Do you know, it's oh.
They did just lose to Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, Mia, we are going to get the fixtures next. Our next 5 fixtures up. We've got a few
No,
more
I
here.
do. I think that they're going to come good in the end, Man United. I think it's just going to take time, to be honest with you. I do think they will come good.
We've got Laporte. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
very good for Man City. He's actually up for sale, I think.
Yeah, I'll take Laporte.
Yeah, same here. We've got Colin coming from a United fan. Maguire for England compared to United is 98. Yeah,
Yep.
I would love to ask Colin. Is it the United system that doesn't suit Maguire, or is it because he's playing for United are a massive club? We can't deny that United are the biggest club, one of the biggest clubs in the world. Is it extra pressure playing for like a Man United or a Liverpool or a Tottenham or an Arsenal, where it's less pressure playing for a lower team in the league? Do you know what I'm getting at, Mia? Is it?
Yeah, I wonder if it's the price tag that was put on his head that made it a bit made it more pressure for him, because there was a lot of pressure because of the amount of money they paid for him. They paid a pretty penny for him, didn't they? Really?
They did. Look, yeah, a lot of people going for Laporte would be a great fit for Tottenham. He would be. So that's the back. That's the back five, Mia. Midfield. What would you do in the midfield? Højbjerg or Bentancur, or Højbjerg Skippy Bentancur? How would you do it?
Do you know what? I feel like that Bentancur is a slightly different to Skip and Højbjerg. I think Skip and Højbjerg are too similar to play together, if I'm honest. And I did say this, and I know this ain't going to be a popular opinion, especially with our Ellie, and I'm so sorry to say this again, Ellie, but I just wonder if Højbjerg isn't somebody who we should like, because we've got a lot of midfielders, because don't forget we've got Basuma, so it depends as well if we're going to play a midfield three, because if we're going to play a midfield three, we probably need somebody more creative, and I just wonder if Højbjerg is going to be as useful in that three, especially if we are going to get someone who's more creative, we're going to be overrun with midfielders, with Skip, with Sarr, and with Højbjerg and Bentancur, and if we get someone else in. So I think if I was going to choose for one of them to go, I would probably say Højbjerg or Sarr. I know it sounds horrible, and I'm so sorry, Ellie. Please forgive me.
Mia, look, I'm stroking him.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
He really is my favourite player, Højbjerg. But look, I understand what you're saying, Mia. I do get what you're saying.
I say it with like a bit of like I don't want to say it because it kind of like, I don't know.
I do understand what you're getting at, Mia. I think, look, nobody's performing in that midfield, and I think, look, whatever we do, we have, somebody says it here. Where does it say it now? And it makes a very good point. Corey boy, we need to sort our midfield out. We have 4 midfielders coming back from those now. Apparently, what's his name at Sampdoria?
Harry Winks.
Harry Winks is going to Sampdoria. They're going to put in the bid for him. Mr. Burger King's coming back to us because he just enjoys the takeaways around Tottenham too much. He they're crying out for him, so he's coming back. You got
Lo Celso.
He's coming back. See, these are the players, man, they need to start cancelling contracts.
We can't, because they're worth a lot of money. With Lo Celso, especially with Ndombele, he's on so much money. To cancel his contract would be wild. To be honest, it's only contracts that are close to the end that we can that are more manageable. But his is ridiculous, unfortunately.
Yeah, Joe's saying about Sampdoria broke. They can't afford it. I think Italian football's broke at the moment, to be fair. Yeah, I get what you mean. We've got David Clark, Spurs fans with Skip because he's homegrown. This guy puts in 100% and we run all day, but he hasn't the skills to keep possession when under pressure. I wouldn't agree with you on that, David, because I think when he went to Norwich, I know it's a different league, he played brilliant, and then when he came for us last season, he started off really well. But yeah, we're in a mess. This club is a joke.
But that's what I'm saying about the amount of players we've got. We've got a lot of players, but we need to sort out the good ones. We need to do, like when you used to do lists when you were a kid, good and bad, like which ones you'll keep and which ones you don't. That's what we need to have, a list, a good list and a naughty list. And then everyone on the naughty list we need to get rid of.
Yeah, we've got Reglon coming back.
Reguilon, yeah.
Yeah. Look, look, on Paratici, I never got a chance to talk. I'm so behind with all the news, so I'm trying to sort of catch up with the questions. Sorry, Mia, I don't mean to be sort of going around the houses. With the Paratici thing now, him on gardening leave now, for me, I think he done a good job, and I thank him for what he's done. He done a better job than Hitchin, to be fair. Do you think Italian director of footballs work more on the loan to buy system, where say an English director of football is all about buying the player? Do you know? Do you think loan to buy has its disadvantages as well as its advantages?
I think that I think actually it is quite good because it's like a try before you buy. Especially if it's not a contractual thing to buy them, then you kind of get a try before you buy, don't you? And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. And then you can save the money for that season, so then you can get more players in because you've got that money. Although you've got to set it aside for next season, in that season, that budget, or you take it out of that budget maybe. But yeah, it's sort of like it kind of works in a way. And definitely we've seen more of those now because of the lack of money in other countries. So I think we will see a lot more of those anyway.
Would you? Somebody says in here, would you bring Paul Mitchell back?
Yes, I think he was good. I think he brought in some really good players, and I would trust him. But Poch doesn't like playing with having somebody like that, does he? Really?
No.
But then saying that, we don't want. Obviously, I'm not one that wants Poch back. But if people who want Poch back, so I think as well, it depends sort of on the manager a little bit, because the manager might dictate whether or who comes in to deal with the actual transfer side of it. So yeah. We'll have to see.
Look, very quickly before we go on to the games, I want to thank a few people. Firstly, I want to thank Mia for all the work she's done with the channel while I've been off, and also to Philip Brady as well, for taking over the channel and doing what they've done. I'm forever in your debt. I'm forever grateful for what you've done. Ellie as well for doing the promo work as well, which she can't talk at the moment because of her throat. I'm very lucky with the team I have on this channel. Extremely grateful for the team I have on this channel. Extremely humbled by the way they're rallying around. I want to thank everyone for the kind messages, their support, their supporting the guys when I'm not here, and also the private messages I got. Also want to thank Sean Butler's, Dave Harris, Jack Kanicki as well for their support, and the people in the Kildare Spurs supports group as well. But most of all, I want to thank the people in the chat, the subscribers who tune in, week out. And it's been a very humbling experience, a very sad, a very tough time. But I've been very humbled by the messages I got from everyone. So I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, for me, for my family, for all the kind messages you've sent to me. They did help, and I'm forever grateful for this community that I found over 2 years ago. And I just want to say thank you very much to everyone, because I am so humbled and so grateful. And to Mia and Philip, I'm forever in your debt. And to Ellie as well, I'm forever in your debt. So thank you, all of you. And like today, Shawnee and Jack, you know, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed with the friends and family I have. And I just want to thank you all so very, very much. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before we go on to the last bit of the show. So
I think I think that Brian here sums it all up, is that we're all part of the Spurs family. Absolutely well said, Brian Maguire, 100%. That's what it is. We're all part of the Spurs family.
And I've got something in the background, me and what's his name? Blue Sofa Songs. I forgot his name.
You mean Brad?
Brad. My memory's gone to pot. We're actually going to do sort of a Band-Aid song, aren't we, Mia? I was talking to you this morning about this.
Yeah,
it's going to be brutal. We admit that. But I'm just going to try to get as a group together that we can. It's more like we're going to do our very own little Live Aid. So that's what we're going to try to do. And it's something from us to our subscribers to get behind. And if you are feeling down about Spurs, then I'll put it in the group chat. We can dream. We can dream of winning a trophy. We can dream of being successful. And let's keep dreaming. Let's keep supporting the team. Let's keep backing them. Let's keep backing each other. If somebody's down, let's rally around that person, bring them back up. Let's not fight with one another. Let's not tear each other apart. Bill Nick wouldn't want us to do that. Arthur Rowe wouldn't want us to do that. Danny Blanchard wouldn't want us to do that. Jimmy Greaves wouldn't want us to do that. Steve Perriman, Graham Roberts, Grant Cooks, Steve Archibald, Gary Mabbutt, they wouldn't want us to do that. They want us to stick together because we are a team on this. We are a team, and we can do it. We will be successful. Yeah, we're going to get disillusioned. Yes, we're gonna think I can't be bothered. But at the end of the day, Bill Nick wouldn't want us to do that. So let's follow the Bill Nick way. Let's support Tottenham. Let's get Spurs back on track. And it starts from us, the fans. That's where it starts. It doesn't matter about Conte in or Conte out or Levy in, Levy out. It's about Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We are Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Not the players on the pitch. Not Daniel Levy. Not Enoch. We are the fans. We are Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. So let's wear that. Let's wear that badge with pride. We've got to stick together.
Again, I would like to. Yeah, again, Wayne Bonner speaks for all of us here. Families stick together through the good times and the bad, 100%. And this is what this is. It's a family. We can all have our different opinions. We can all be respectful with our opinions, and we can have constructive conversations. We don't need to be horrible to each other. But when the going gets tough, we all put our arms around each other and support each other. That's what it's about.
Hang on. Just carry on there for a minute.
Okay.
I'm just reading some breaking news.
Brian says here, well, maybe down, but not out. We will bounce back. Absolutely. That's the way you've got to think of it. We've bounced back many a time. We've been in bad situations. So nothing is unbounceable, I reckon, to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to fall apart as a club completely, if I'm honest. I don't think that's ever going to happen with Tottenham. So, yeah, we'll bounce back, definitely. When the going gets tough, go shopping, Neil Shafton says. Oh, don't get me started on shopping, Neil, because I do like a bit of shopping.
I just want to thank Rob as well for saying what he said. That is very kind of you, Rob. We're lucky to have you, Dermot. You work even behind the scenes is second to none. I lost my sister-in-law recently. Sometimes there's more. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. I think I said that to you earlier, isn't it, Mia? I said something along them lines. But anyway, Mia, let's finish off with our next 5 fixtures.
You said you had some breaking news. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm still reading through it. So I want to know if I can read it or not.
Okay.
Go through the fixtures there, Mia. I apologize. Okay, I'm just getting this off the press, so I'm trying to.
Okay, we'll let him do that because multitasking obviously isn't always everyone's forte. So the next one.
I am joking, Mia, by the way, by doing that.
Yeah, no, I know. And also earlier, Joe said, "Do we get on?" Yeah, we definitely do get on. It's just that we sometimes, I like to speak my words, and sometimes I feel like I have to speak
I'll
up.
be
That's
honest with
all.
you. Yeah, I am so out of touch of doing this, and also I've been suffering with my back as well. I've got a degenerative disc disease in my back. Basically my discs are crumbling in my back, and I'm in a lot of pain. So
Yeah.
that's why I wasn't me and never argue. To be fair, we always get on.
No.
We always have good debate. So it was, me and me are fine. We're always fine. She borrowed me after the show, but we're fine on
Oh
screen.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got Brighton at home, Bournemouth at home, Newcastle away, Manchester United at home, and Liverpool away are our next 5 fixtures. I do feel like these are some of these are really tricky. The Newcastle one, the Manchester United one, the Liverpool one. Notoriously, we don't do well against Liverpool. However, I do feel like last season we deserved probably to get more points than we did against them, because I feel like both games we should have won. With Manchester United, it's been a bit up and down with Man U at home, if I remember rightly. So again, I think that's hard. Newcastle away. Well, we just saw what Newcastle away did to Man United. They are fierce at their ground, absolutely fierce. Honestly, they're just wild at their ground. So I don't fancy us there. The 2 home fixtures, I'm worried a bit about Brighton because I know they play good, but Bournemouth, I think we should be beating personally.
Do you want the bit of the breaking news, Mia?
Why not? Let's go. Have you got the
Hang
breaking
on,
news thing?
hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I laugh every time I hear that. Right, the bit we've got 2 bits actually. The letter. Don't read that. Okay. Sorry, I'm just quickly just going over it again. Sorry, get it right. Okay. The latest info I've been told is Daniel knows who he wants in charge, but he's a wanted man. But Tottenham have been boosted as Chelsea, who are also wanting the same manager. However, they are backing off because of the strong interest from Tottenham. He's currently in the Prem and performing very well at his current club as they're challenging for European football.
Oh, I think it's
And then the other bit is if
gone.
Kane stays, you will get the best manager that's available and is wanting to come. If he goes, you might be looking at a Rodgers. Kane is still the decisive factor for a lot of top managers.
I think it's deserving
I think it is too. I think
because,
Tequila says, "Glad you
yeah,
got my Benny Hill mixtape."
that's his theme music, isn't it, Tequila? That's Dermot's theme music now. He just plays it in the background when he walks along the road because everyone can hear it.
Oh no, I play. Do you know that advert with the cat when he's walking down the road?
No, what one?
Walk on. Oh, it's a brilliant advert. I'll show it to you. It's a brilliant advert, man. Yeah. Do you think it could be Howe?
I think Newcastle would be very foolish to get rid of Howe. I think I would have Howe 100%. I really like him as a manager, but that'd be really silly to get rid of him. And there's no talk of him going, so no, I don't think it
Frank?
would be. Or Frank? Yeah, I suppose.
I would love Thomas Frank at Tottenham. I think he's
Yeah, I
done a
like
great
Thomas
job for
Frank.
Brentford.
Brentford, yeah.
Well, that's the breaking news anyway. Any more we will give it to you later, but that's the latest. Right, Mia. Brighton. I'm going to go through the list. Brighton. I'm going to say you're going to give me win lose. Brighton.
God. I think it's going to be a draw.
I'm going for a loss. I think we'll lose. I think Brighton will beat us. I think Brighton are playing brilliantly at the moment.
They are playing well.
Bournemouth.
Win.
Same here. It's a game I was supposed to be going to, but I've knocked it on the head, so I'm not going to that. This one here this is for top 4 for me. These next 3 games would determine if we get top 4 or Conference League football next season. So Newcastle away.
Yeah. Loss.
I'm going for a draw. Man United at home.
I'm going to go for a win on that one. I'm going to be controversial.
I'm going for a draw, and then we'll never win at Anfield anyway. So I'm going for a defeat at Liverpool.
I'm going for a draw because we've drawn there last season. We should have won last season at their
Yeah,
ground, 100%.
we
And they're
should have done.
rubbish at the minute. They're absolutely rubbish at the moment.
Mm.
Watching them play is like watching Tottenham play. Do you know that game last night? What I thought about? I thought watching Liverpool is like watching Tottenham play, and watching Chelsea is just like watching a bit like a posh version of Brighton. That's all Chelsea are at the moment.
Mm. Well, I've just closed the poll. The poll: who is to blame for the mess we are in? Levy and Enoch, 60%. Both of them, that's them and the players, 40%. But nobody's blamed the players.
Interesting.
I didn't put the fans in there, Mia, if you noticed, because it isn't our fault. Never
course
was,
not.
never will be, never will be. We are Tottenham Hotspur. Daryl, big up. So Pool ain't rubbish at home, though. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Now,
But we have been close, and we've been close a few times with them where they got they've got a winner last minute. When was it Toby who scored the own goal? Was it Toby Alderweireld, one of them? And then or they get a late penalty or something happens up there. We've always been pretty close with Liverpool in the last few games. Actually, it has never been like a crazy scoring one. So.
we've got Wayne Bonner saying Chelsea and Liverpool are both worse than Spurs. Who saw that coming?
They were awful last night. That was just an absolute horrific
I
game. I was just
haven't
like, oh my
watched
God.
any football, Mia, at all in the last 2 weeks. So I rarely, and I haven't missed it, to be fair, Mia. I haven't missed the. It's hard to describe how. I don't know. It's just hard to describe. It really is. Well, Mia, look, we're going to end off there. Do you want to give your wonderful, fabulous channel a plug? And again, Mia, congratulations on 300. You richly deserved. You are the jewel in our community's crown. You really are. You're a lovely person to boot as well. A very decent, kind human being. Somebody who I admire very much, and very grateful that you're a close friend. Yeah, give your channel a plug there, Mia, and what have you got coming up next? And yeah, what you got coming up next?
I have got my next live, which will be on Saturday, which will be a preview of the game. That will be coming 8:45 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So if you're around, come and join me. I do quite a lot of shorts now, so keep an eye out for the shorts because they're good to watch. It's just like a little clip of the videos that I do live, so you can watch like a little bit of that. I do all different kinds of content on my channel, so if you enjoy Tottenham talk, and also I like to talk about Tottenham in a fair way. I try and be positive if I can be. I also try and be reasonable with my views as well. So yeah, and if you already are subscribed, just give everything a watch and a like and a share, because other people getting to know about it is also good for the channel, because the more people that see my stuff, the more people that might want to subscribe, which also, like, it helps. So, and thank you to everybody who congratulated me on my 300, and thank you for everything, because you guys are the reason I do it, because it's nice to have that community and speak to everybody. So thank you to everybody who's on my channel and supports me.
We have a bit of breaking news. This is Harry Kane leaving the Tottenham training ground today. I love that. I haven't played that in so long.
Rob here saying you might have missed it, Dermot, but we have missed you. Glad to have you back.
Look,
Rob's such
I've
a lovely
missed
guy.
talking to you. I've missed talking to you, the people that come into the chat. I miss all of you. I haven't missed Tottenham watching them, to be fair. But I've missed talking to you, the people, the subscribers, the THFC army, the Spurs Between the Line army as well. I've missed talking to you lot, and again, thank you to everyone. But again, thank you to Mia and Philip for doing shows when they didn't have to, but they did. And Mia, I'm forever grateful. So thank you so much, Mia.
No worries. It was my
Neil
pleasure.
Shafton says Spurs should have a health warning sign up for anyone wishing to support them. Supporting Spurs may damage your health. Warning sign: Spurs can raise your blood pressure and give you a China rage.
I already said, Joe, I said our badge should say "not for the weak-hearted, not for the weak. Be prepared," or something like that. That's what you should have.
Yeah, so that's how I got my mild heart attack. It was down to Tottenham. Thank you very much indeed. Right, we are back again on what day are we today? Wednesday. Look, we're back properly on Monday with Newsbeat, and then we're back every night next week with a show. We will be doing them on Mia's channel as well as a dual stream. Our aim is to get Mia to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as humanly possible. So this is why we've decided to really, it's our way of helping Mia to get up to where she deserves to be. So every show that Mia does with us will be done as a dual stream, and this is what all channels should do: help each other. And we got great help, like from the Irish Hotspur, Jack, and all that, and people like that. And we are a great family. We are a family on this community. But we'll always be here. Mia will always be here, and that's what you will get from us. So I hope that's right with you, Mia, that we're going to drag you all the way to 1,000 subscribers.
And also, don't forget to hit the like button, everybody, to all of the channels.
Yeah, to us, to Mia's, to Dave's, to Shawnee's as well. So, but listen, thank you very much. It's great to be back. I really enjoyed this. It took me a while to get going, but once I did, I have enjoyed it. It's great to be back.
You're like an old car, Dermot. You take a while to warm up the engine.
Yeah, I said to you the other day, Mia, I was so nervous, and I was today as well. I'm just so nervous to get back into it. And it's like riding a bike. If you haven't ridden one for a long time, it's very hard to get used to it. But please do something. Please hit the like button. Be like Romero. Thank you all very much for watching. Wayne Bonner, I smashed the like button. Romero got jealous. Neil Shafton,
because he likes to smash.
Tottenham till I die show up when Spurs don't. Yeah, and so do Spurs Between the Lines as well. They turn up as well. But thank you very much for watching. God bless you all. Take care of your family. Take care of yourselves. Look after your loved ones. Give them an extra hug tonight. Tell them you love them. It doesn't matter if Spurs win or lose. It's all about family. That's what we are. God bless you all. See you in the next show. Come on, you Spurs.